Hey there everyone, it's Samezeezz. So today we're back with another gold farm video. I'm going to be doing a fun and then a not so fun couple different ways to farm gold if you, depending on what kind of mood you're in, and maybe you could switch it up or, don't put all your gold into one basket, as they say. So here I'm going to start off doing Zul'Farrak. So a couple of ways that this is profitable and like a worthwhile place to go to farm gold is if your server is established and you have like the capability or the option to power level people for gold, advertise, want to sell rush anywhere from 37 to like 48 in that area, and you could bring somebody here and they would, benefit from coming here. I'm doing this on a boomkin, a boomy, a druid. And the main reason for that is because this whole dungeon is outside and in between each pack. And when you eventually will get knocked down off your mount, you can travel form and shapeshift. And travel form is obviously faster because you're outside, which allows you to outrun the mobs. And then, you're not actually tanking them actively the whole time. And also, when you shapeshift either to or from any form, you drop any movement affecting debuffs like hamstring or thunderclap or what have you, whatever the debuff is. And then they have starfall, which is super awesome for AoE packs, hurricane, typhoon, all that good stuff. They can heal themselves as they're running away. There's a lot of benefits to coming up here on a druid. You don't necessarily need it to come on a tank. If tanking any plate character could probably do this. Paladin, Death Knight. I go on my enhancement shaman sometimes and clear this place because it can heal, and wolves will set them on aggressive and the wolf will go nuts, just killing everything. And then if you were gonna power level somebody, I'd park them over in this spot right here. Just because it's LOS'd, line of sight away from all the mobs, and then they're safe and you know where they are. And just tell them to stay there. And then there are some mobs here that will knock you down, like no matter what. I think it's Shadow Hunters. And then this Basilisk will stun you if he gets too close to you. He uses like Basilisk Gaze or something like that, and it stuns for like 6 seconds or something ridiculous. And if you don't resist it and you have like, half the dungeon on you, it can hurt a little bit. So be careful of that Basilisk dude. If you're struggling with this place and that Basilisk is messing you up, just skip the Basilisk. Or he does drop leather, or you can skin him for leather, but he doesn't drop anything great. So if you don't have a skinner, maybe just skip him. But a nice thing about coming on, another nice thing I should say about coming on a druid is that you don't necessarily have to tag the mobs in melee range. Like Insect Swarm, you can use it behind you, and Fairy Fire, you can use that behind you, so you don't have to be like facing them. And obviously they're ranged abilities, so you don't have to smack them with your face. And then this area is kind of a clear spot because there's so many corners they can't really catch you. And then just like use your range as much as you can to save you from running, and then shapeshift as often as you can. Hot yourself every once in a while. I try and keep Rejuve or Life Bloom or a couple, when I'm gonna hit a corner like here. Or Bark Skin. Bark Skin is sweet. Take a lot less damage. Maybe save those for the corners, and when you know that you're gonna come near the end, like here in a second, I think I use it because they're all gonna be on me. and then if you park your dude, you're already back at the entrance, so you could start killing him right now. And then I pop Starfall and Hurricane and blast him down. So, yeah. You can group them up like this. It's nice for looting. A couple other quick little tips for looting things quickly. It's called stutter stepping. That's what I call it. You right click and then you move or cast a spell just a little bit so that the menu closes quicker. It just makes looting a little bit faster. Here I was just going to do the quick little profit breakdown, and I did 10 Zul'Farrak runs and I did 10 Blackrock Depths runs, and on average for a single run, this is what I got. This is like the most valuable stuff basically. So Flask of Mojo is definitely where it's at. Cloth is obviously profitable. These are the two main things that you're after when you're at Zul'Farrak. And this is for one run. And then you could do 5 per hour. So let's call it, just to be generous with auction house prices, these are the prices I tried to list right here. You could make like, $2,000 to 2,500 gold an hour doing Zul'Farrak, just selling these flasks of Mojo, and some cloth. Obviously you don't want to do, 25 runs back to back and get 20 stacks of Flask of Mojo and be stuck with them for a month, because that will happen. Don't farm it to oblivion. And this is one of my buddies. He sent me this. If you guys have cats, send me your cat pics. But this was him like reacting. It was probably like him checking out the mouse, moving around. But I like to think that he was like trying to like figure it out and like try to go over it with him or whatever. So here I was going to talk about herbalism and mining a little bit and how I farm. This right here, you see in global chat, that's me, Lich Bloom. I'm also, as you see in this character, I'm not on Lich Bloom. Like if I'm online, I probably have at least a couple spamming for something. I don't hit the gold farm super hard anymore just because I'm kind of doing the YouTube thing now. I'm trying to focus on that. But yeah, so like strategies for farming and getting enough herbs to like actually make good money doing flasking and supplement your business. Spamming for herbs is a great idea. Don't annoy people to the extent because you don't want people to right click you and press ignore. But you can get add-ons, one in particular called Auto Flood, that will make sure that it's okay on your server first. But that add-on Auto Flood will spam automatically every set interval of time in whatever channel that you want it to spam in. So like this example, have I think 3 or 4 accounts right now spamming different formatting, different items, different prices even for Lich Bloom or whatever. And here's this macro that I was talking about the other day. It's extremely useful if you're an herb and miner at the same time. You can make this macro, and then like here I put it on my E key, and so I can smash E, and I also set it to mouse scroll up and down so that you can save your fingers a little bit. You don't have to keep smashing E over and over and over and like literally wear the E off your keyboard. So I suggest if you guys an herb mine, make that macro and set it to mouse scroll. It's sweet. This is kind of the path that I take. I usually stick to the left side of Icecrown. In my experience, it's the more profitable side. There's a little bit more condensed herbs. It's not in the field. There's no mobs to kill, that kind of thing, usually. But, everybody knows this, so there's competition too. This add-on that I'm using for my map is really nice if you are struggling to find herbs and you don't like zooming in and out with your map, and sometimes you walk over them or what have you, you don't like, specifically Lich Bloom is kind of hard to see when it's on a white background because it's just like black glittering dots, you know? But this add-on is called Carbonite, and it's very, very nice. You can zoom in and out, kind of like Google Maps, and it's just really nice to be able to see more of your map and the terrain. And once you learn where the Lich Bloom spawns are, and I'll include a map of the main zones for farming herbs. You know, Wintergrass, Ice Crown, Storm Peaks, and what am I forgetting? Shalazar Basin for Adder's Tongue. I'll include maps that I've used. I quickly edited and did some paint, some MS Pro paint job on that to show you kind of my route. I can't remember where I got these maps. I've been using them for a long time, so you can find other maps online. This is just kind of to give you an idea of what I do. So, going to keep flapping around, and the Carbonite thing also shows you if there's allies that are above you or near you that are scannable. You can see like that enemy detected thing in my chat. That's from Carbonite. So yeah, this guy's herb mine, which is, I can't recommend it enough. If you're flying around and you're flying, you know, gathering herbs, you might as well do both at the same time. This field is a little dangerous because of all the elite mobs. I usually don't go so far out into the field, just because everybody in the whole zone can see you there too, and it's a good way to get killed. And then we're gonna go ahead and go back up. And loop back around, and like I said, I like to just stick to the left side. This is what I do. So yeah, we're gonna get back up here to the corner, and then I think here in a minute I'm going to make a bad decision and try to attack this ally. He's got a buddy next to him, but this dude likes to just camp this corner up here, and it's kind of annoying. This dude right here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna kill him, and I think his buddy comes down and kills me. Might be just here in a second. Yeah, there we go. Gotcha. But yeah, I'm not good at PvP, so he kills me. It's fine. I hope you had some fun. If you could do the YouTube stuff and do the subscribe and like and check me out for more content.
Guys, I gotta go. I'm sorry. I gotta go. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.